Welcome back to Stooge Stream for another episode. I'm your host, the Stooge. Today we're looking at 7 hidden gems on the PS4. Well, 6 hidden gems and 1 forgotten classic. 7 games that you should have in your collection if you don't already. First up, we have the Forgotten Classic, a game that you should probably pick up, add to your collection. It's one that not a lot of people have, so this is a good guide for some Christmas holiday shopping as well. And that is Dragon Quest Heroes. This is a Dynasty Warriors type game with a Dragon Quest skin. It's a hack and slash where you hack and slash a lot of people with some epic boss battles, different conditions in the battles themselves. It is a lot of fun. There's a lot of stuff to unlock. There's a lot of missions. There's a lot of hours of gameplay. And since this has been around for quite some time now, it should not be too expensive. This is definitely one to add to the list and add it to your collection. Now we're going to get to another game that was kind of forgotten because it was a HD upgrade, but with all the DLC added into it, and the fact that not a lot of people played it the first time around, this is definitely a collection worth getting, and that is the Metro Redux collection. Now this comes with 2 full games, as well as all the DLC for both the titles. It's Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light. 2 really great first-person shooters, very atmospheric, heavy on story, very science fiction-y, very cool games. These look great, play great on the PS4, and this again is another cheap game that you can get. Brand new, this shouldn't set you back all that much, and as you can see, pre-owned, it's not that much either these days, and I've had this sitting in my collection for a good 6 months now, so it should be less than even what you see on the tags now. Now some hidden gems, some games that some people aren't aware are on the system, or some people have forgotten, and we're going to start with one that was an indie game. This originally was exclusive to the Wii U. I downloaded it, I bought it, I played it, I finished it on the Wii U, and when there was going to be physical copies available for multiple platforms, I had to get it for the PS4 because I am a PlayStation fanboy, and this is an amazing title, and that is Shovel Knight. If you like retro platform games, then you cannot pass up Shovel Knight. This is 2D platforming glory. So many different levels. It is quite difficult. When you finish it, you unlock a second game mode with a different character that makes it completely different. This is just a really good game. Yacht Club Games did a terrific job on Shovel Knight. I was happy to support this game and buy a physical copy of it. I paid whatever the full price was when it came out. This is going to be a bit cheaper now because it's been around for a while. You can get it on the PS4, 3DS, Xbox One, just about everything actually. And it is absolutely brilliant. It is a must-have platform game. If you are an old-school platformer fan, if you like the 2D Super Mario style platformers, but you want something that's a little bit more difficult, Shovel Knight is definitely the way to go. Next up, since we're on a platformer kick, let's stick with it and we will go Giana Sisters Twisted Dreams. This is a director's cut on PS4. The Giana Sisters franchise started off as the Mario clone for the home computers of the mid to late 80s. It has come back recently with a couple of new games in the series. It's different. It's not a Mario clone anymore, though it is still your jump on stuff platformer, run, all of the stuff you'd expect from a Mario game, except in this version, for instance, each sister controls light or dark, and there's different paths open in the light world and the dark world. If you're a collector, an in-game collector, you want to collect all the coins, you want to get all the secrets and all the rest of it, there is so much stuff for you to collect in this game. It is another one that is extremely cheap these days. Look, it was 2 for $40, and that was a while ago. I have finished this game. I really enjoyed it. If you are a platforming fan, again, this is a 2D platformer with 3D graphics. So it is all on a 2D plane. I'm not sure how well you can see those screenshots, but definitely worth picking up if you're a platform fan. And again, another game that seems to have been forgotten that it's on the console. Now we're going into a little bit weirder territory, games that you may or may not have heard of. Firstly, Ziggurat. Now I do have some gameplay of this on the channel. This is a first-person procedurally generated shooter with lots of unlockables. So you choose a character, each character has different attributes. So some are balanced in what magic they use, some lean one way, some lean the other way. Go into the dungeon, which is procedurally generated, find the boss on each level, beat the boss, move to the next level. Unlock new characters, unlock new different things that you can do, and get further and further through it. The cool thing is, every time you play that game, it is completely different. It's never the same thing twice. You can sit there for hour after hour after hour playing. Start from the beginning, because each game roughly will last you about 10 to 15 minutes to start with, then probably 20 to 30 as you get better and better at it. As you unlock better characters that are more to your playstyle, you're probably looking at 30 to 40 minutes. So if you're sitting there for a couple of hours, you are going to start from the beginning multiple times and not get bored, because it is different. Really good game. It's one of those you can sit there for 5 minutes, you can sit there for 5 hours and get something out of it. Really enjoy it. And it's not an expensive game, it is a budget title. You can get it digitally on the PlayStation Network, as you can everything I've shown you so far, I believe. But you can import it from the UK as a physical copy like I have. PS4 is region free, so you can import games from wherever you want. And that's definitely one I would add to my collection. Another one that this I knew nothing about going into it. I probably watched about a minute of video and said, you know what? Stop watching, go get the game, check it out for myself. And sooner or later, I am going to do a video on this when I get some time to actually play a bit more of it. I've only played about maybe an hour of it so far, if that. And I've really enjoyed it, and that's Dex. Now, this is a very different game. It is a 2D side-scrolling Metroidvania-style futuristic dystopia-based game. You have conversation paths, you have RPG elements, you have all sorts of different things that you would expect from an RPG-type game like this. But it's set in a 2D plane. You fight and you do everything else in 2D. It's really cool. If you like Blade Runner, you will love this game. It kind of feels like Blade Runner, the game. I don't even know how to describe it. It feels like Snatcher in 2D. Definitely worth checking out. Now, you can get this on the PlayStation Network, or you can import a physical copy. If you get it from the UK, it's not too bad. It's between about 40 and 60 Australian dollars. If you're in the US, knock off about 30% off that, plus shipping. I don't know what that's going to be. If you're in the UK, well, it's a lot cheaper. If you like 2D Metroidvania type games, if you like Snatcher, if you like Metal Gear Intrigue style games, this kind of fits all of those molds. So check it out. Go watch some video on it. It may take you by surprise at how different it looks. And when you play it, how different it feels. It does feel a little bit stiff, but it's meant to be a game that looks and feels like a 16-bit platformer. So, yeah, it works really well. I don't know how to describe it. You just need to kind of see it for yourself. The last game, this was a why not purchase. It was, I believe, about $25 shipped from the UK. This is another one that I watched about 2 minutes of video on and went, you know what, stop, get the game, see what it's like. It's not that expensive. Let's check it out. It's currently in my PS4, and that is Ginger, Beyond the Crystals. Now, you may be questioning, why is it called Ginger when the character is clearly blue and looks like water? And I have no idea. But the game itself is a really fun 3D platformer. Yes, they used the same screenshot twice on the back, which is really dumb. But this is really fun. How do I describe this game? So, kind of feels like a Banjo-Kazooie Super Mario 64 game, but tighter and better. Like, actually playable. The controls are a lot of fun. That's going to get me some hate, but I don't care. The controls are a lot of fun. Like, it just works. The camera angles are really good. You can turn them, twist them, do whatever you want with them. The actual game, there's a couple of different elements to it. So, firstly, you've got your straight-out puzzle platforming style, what you'd expect from a 3D platformer. Then you have, excuse me, little side quests in each of the 3 towns. And they lead you to more materials. More materials lead you to be able to build a better town, which you just need to repair houses and that type of thing, which leads to more people, which leads to more side quests, which means to more levels you can play, and more bonus puzzle levels you can play. There's a whole lot going on in this title, and it's very cheap, but the coolest thing about this game, not only is it a lot of fun and just great to play, but it comes with actual stuff. Now, Dex comes with stuff, Ziggurat maybe a manual, Shovel Knight comes with stuff, but this, look, manual, colouring book, save that to last, a poster map, I think that's the first town, and sticker set. That is very, very cool. Like, games that actually come with stuff these days are so rare. Like, if they come with a manual, that's awesome. But Badland Games has done Games has done a great job putting together a really good package that's really cheap for a really fun game that I think you should definitely check out. And that's it. That's the 7 games. Check them out. Let me know what you think if you've played any of them. Comment below under this video. Let me know what you thought of them. And don't forget, adventure, excitement. A Stooge craves not these things. Welcome to the Stooge Revolution.